What if I told you that native English speakers use just 5 key words to keep conversations going, and most English learners don't use them enough? Let's fix that today so you, my friend, can finally sound more natural and fluent. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Now, these 5 key words, spoiler alert, are who, what, when, where, and why. That's right, the 5 W's method. And native English speakers like myself use the 5 W's method during each discussion, each conversation in order to speak English fluently. So let me show how powerful these 5 key words actually are. Imagine this question. Someone asks you, what is your dream job? Well, we first need to use the 5 W's to organize our thoughts in order to answer the question. So, what is your dream job? Who? I. What? Want to become an architect. When? After completing my master's degree. Where? At a prestigious design firm. And why? To create sustainable and innovative buildings that impact communities. Now, what did we do? We used the 5 W's to organize our thoughts. Who, what, when, where, and why. Now it's time for us to take the information. I'm leaving this in there. My voice just changed. To take the information and give our response. So let's see what the response would be. Again, using the 5 W's, right? Here's the response. After completing my master's degree, I aspire to become an accomplished architect at a prestigious design firm. I'm particularly passionate about creating sustainable and innovative buildings that will positively impact communities. Now, the information in this response came from step 1, where we organized our 5 W's. But this response right here is a fluent English response. Now, in this response, you'll notice that there are 2 new vocabulary words. So very quickly, let's look at these vocabulary words. The first one is accomplished. Accomplished. And this just means having achieved a lot and being skilled at what you do. He is an accomplished pianist. She is an accomplished engineer, right? Again, accomplished just refers to having achieved a lot and being skilled at what you do. What about the next word? Passionate. Again, passionate. This just means having or showing strong feelings of enthusiasm or devotion for something. So we have passionate, all right? Passionate. Now, you might hear some things in the background. They are cutting the grass right outside of my office. So if you hear the background noise, just, let it soothe you. So now let's check out the response one more time since you understand the vocabulary words. Here we go. Again, the question, what is your dream job? After completing my master's degree, I aspire to become an accomplished architect at a prestigious design firm. I'm particularly passionate about creating sustainable and innovative buildings that will positively impact communities. You got it, right? Again, we use the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why. But what about a different question? Here's the next question. What's your favorite hobby? We have to follow the same path. Who? I. What? Love baking gourmet bread. When? During weekends. Where? In my kitchen. Why? To create something with my hands and share it with loved ones. Notice the information that we're adding to each of the W's. The information is not complicated. It's very simple. What happens, though, is when you combine each piece of information, it ends up resulting in a fluent English response. So now that we have the information, again, answering what's your favorite hobby, Let's see what the response will be, including each of the 5 W's. Here's the response. During weekends, I immerse myself in baking gourmet bread in my kitchen. It's incredibly therapeutic to create something with my hands, and I find great joy in sharing my culinary creations with loved ones. Great response, right? Remember the key. The 5 W's method: who, what, when, where, and why. The reason this response is so amazing is because it includes each of the 5 W's. Now we have 3 terms we're going to dive deeper into. The first term I want us to look at is immerse. Immerse. And this just means to involve oneself deeply in a particular activity or interest. Again, we say immerse. Then we have therapeutic. Again, therapeutic. Therapeutic just means having a beneficial effect on the body or mind. Again, therapeutic. And finally, culinary creations. Culinary creations. This term refers to foods or dishes that are created through cooking or baking. Again, culinary creations. So now that we understand the 3 new terms, let's go back and read the response one more time. During weekends, I immerse myself in baking gourmet bread in my kitchen. It's incredibly therapeutic to create something with my hands, and I find great joy in sharing my culinary creations with loved ones. You see what's happening, right? This is the second question, but we use the same method, the 5 W's method. Okay, what about this question? The question is, what's your greatest achievement? Once again, we're going to use the 5 W's method. Who, what, when, where, and why. What's your greatest achievement? Who? I. What? Started a community recycling program. When? Last year. Where? In my neighborhood. Why? To reduce waste and protect the environment. We've organized our information in order to answer the question. We're using the 5 W's method, these 5 key words: who, what, when, where, and why. So we have the information. Now it's time for us to take this information and turn it into a response. Here's the response. Again, the question, what's your greatest achievement? Here's the answer. Last year, I took the initiative to start a community recycling program in my neighborhood. The project has been remarkably impactful, helping us significantly reduce waste and protect our environment. Now, this is an amazing response, but once again, don't forget, all we used was the 5 W's method, and it led to this amazing response. Now, in this response, we see one new term, impactful. So what does this term impactful mean? It means the ability to assess and initiate things independently, or the power or opportunity to act before others do. In English, we say initiative. So now that we have this term and we understand it, let's go back and read the response one more time. Last year, I took the initiative to start a community recycling program in my neighborhood. The project has been remarkably impactful, helping us significantly reduce waste and protect our environment. You got it, right? Excellent. All right. What about this question? Again, you're seeing the power of the 5 W's method. Imagine someone were to ask you this question. What skills would you like to develop? Again, what do we need? We need the 5 key words, or the 5 W's method. Who, what, when, where, and why. So, what skills would you like to develop? Who? I. What? Want to master digital marketing. When? Over the next 6 months. Where? Through online courses and practical experience. Why? to enhance my career prospects and help small businesses. We have the information. We've organized our thoughts using the 5 W's method: who, what, when, where, and why. Now we need to turn this information into a response. Here's the response, a fluent English response, because it includes the 5 W's. Here we go. Again, the question: what skills would you like to develop? Over the next 6 months, I plan to immerse myself in digital marketing through online courses and practical experience. I'm determined to master these skills to enhance my career prospects and help small businesses thrive in the digital landscape. You see what happened, right? Again, we used the information: who, what, when, where, and why, and we have now this response. Now there's one term. The term is determined. What does this term actually mean? So, determined refers to having a firm or having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. Again, having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. In English, we say determined. Now that we have this term, we understand the definition. Let's once again read the response. Over the next 6 months, I plan to immerse myself in digital marketing through online courses and practical experience. I'm determined to master these skills to enhance my career prospects and help small businesses thrive in the digital landscape. Great response, right? Again, we used the 5 keywords, the 5 W's method: who, what, when, where, and why. And this next question is true as well. Here's the question someone will ask you: how do you define success? How do you define success? It doesn't matter what the question is. You can apply the 5 W's method. How do you define success? Okay, let's use the 5 W's method. Who? I. What? Believe success is about personal growth. When? Throughout life's journey. Where? In both professional and personal spheres. Why? To achieve fulfillment and make a positive impact. We are organizing our thoughts using the 5 W's method. The 5 keywords: who, what, when, where, and why. So we have the information organized. How do we turn this information into a response? Here we go. Here's the response using the information we organized. I believe success is a multifaceted journey of personal growth that spans both professional and personal spheres. True success means being fulfilled while making a meaningful impact on others throughout life's journey. I'm going to pause really quickly. There are 3 terms I want to break down for you, but I want to pause because this right here hits home for me. This is really my definition of success. When I say I am passionate about helping you speak English, learning to understand the English language, giving you these tips, these methods that will help you learn English without stress, it is something that makes me absolutely happy. I feel successful because I am able to serve you and many other English learners. So just like this response said, being fulfilled while making a meaningful impact. I am overjoyed whenever I get a message from students around the world saying, "Tiff, your lesson helped me. Tiff, I feel more confident now because of your lesson." That right there makes me feel like I am successful. So that's what this response is saying. Now, there are 3 terms that I want to explain to you. The first term is multifaceted. This means having many different aspects or features. Again, multifaceted means having many different aspects or features. Multifaceted. The next term that we had was fulfilled. Fulfilled. And this means feeling satisfied or happy because of fully developing one's abilities or character. Again, fulfilled. You're feeling satisfied or happy because you have fully developed your abilities or character. Again, fulfilled. And then we have meaningful. Again, meaningful. This means having a serious important, or useful quality or purpose. Again, having a serious, important, or useful quality or purpose. In English, we say meaningful. So now that we have the vocabulary, the terms, I want us to look at the response one more time. Again, the question, how do you define success? Here's the response. I believe success is a multifaceted journey of personal growth that spans both professional and personal spheres. True success means being fulfilled while making a meaningful impact on others throughout life's journey. You got it, right? Again, 5 different questions, but each question we were able to answer using the 5 W's method. Who, what, when, where, and why. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It was brought to you by me, Speak English with Tiffani. I have a program for you, and this program will give you a lesson each day of the year. Start following the plan, the 365-day English study plan. Go to speakenglishwithttiffani.com/365 Again, speakenglishwithttiffani.com/365 Again, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll talk to you next time. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, hey, hey. I said it's story time. All right. So in this week's story time, I want to remind you of a story I told a while back about my mom. And this is a story about the first memory I have. One of my first memories of my mom's cooking. And my mom is a great cook. She cooks many things. It's just amazing how well she can cook. But I remember her making banana nut bread when I was about 3 years old. Because I was short. I couldn't see above the oven, above the stove at all. I was looking straight into the oven. Again, I was back far enough. But I remember that moment when my mom opened the oven and took out the bread, and the aroma and how amazing it smelled. I remember that moment. And ever since that day, I have loved banana nut bread. Ever since that moment, I have always felt that my mom is one of the best cooks. Now, we all know that parents and moms can cook really well and dads can cook really well. But sometimes in life, there are moments that just don't leave us. And thinking about those moments and the emotions, the feelings we had in that moment can bring smiles to our face, can bring a smile to your face, can fill you with joy. And that's what happens whenever I think about that moment my mom made that banana nut bread. Now, fast forward 40 years, and even to this day, if I were to ask my mom, hey, mommy, I'm really craving some banana nut bread, without hesitation, she would make it for me. Even though I'm a grown woman now, I have my own place, she's still my mom, and she still wants to make her daughter happy. Why am I saying this? Even though you are most likely an adult, if you're younger, welcome. Even though you are living your own life, even though you can do whatever you'd like to do, I am still happy and passionate about helping you. The fact that you need me on your English journey brings me so much joy. Just like my mom gets so much joy when I ask her to make me something. It's the same joy I get when I am able to and when I have an opportunity to help you, whether it be with a course, whether it be with a YouTube video lesson, whether it be with a podcast episode. The fact that I'm able to help you on your journey fills me with joy. This is why I feel fulfilled each and every day. This is why I feel like I am a success, because I'm able to serve you and help you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson.